Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. Okay, so today we're going to review the Studio 54 collection from Nomad Cosmetics, and that is this palette right here, which looks like this. It's a very sparkly palette, a quad. This is how she looks, and then we have two highlighters, one being pinkish and one being a little bit like peachy. So we're going to use all of that today in combination with the Antilles Palette because I just needed to have some mattes or something that is, you know, sort of considered mattes, like satins, in my looks in order to like create a look, because with just this palette I just wouldn't be able to do it for my personal makeup style. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to try to swatch this for you. I should probably use a glitter glue underneath, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to use a glitter glue necessarily on my arm, but I think you will, I hope that you will be able to see what I'm doing here. Okay, let me just get this on my fingers here and swatch this for you. I'm so good at this. I'm always stunned by my swatching abilities. Not. Okay, so it's just 4 shades and then the 2 highlighter shades, so this is not taking long. Let me just back this up a little bit. I'm just laughing about myself. That's the best, right? When you can laugh about yourself. There's a chunk here. Okay, this is how it looks. I'm going to bring it closer to the camera in just a second. And then you have this one here. Okay, so these are the shades that are in that palette. I hope you can see it. Alright, so now we're going to swatch this highlighter shade, which is the pink one, obviously. It's really sparkly and has a bit of a cool undertone. It's really pretty. And then this highlighter here, the peachy one, which looks like this. Okay. I don't know if you ever see anything, but I think you might. At least you might see that it looks foiled on my arm. Okay, so that is what we have. This is the whole collection, Studio 54 collection from Nomad Cosmetics. Of course, today I'm going to create this look. So today I'm going to do it a little bit different, because usually if you're new here, then I'm just going to quickly tell you that I usually do show the whole look, but I speed it up and I put some music, and then I basically come back with the finished look and talk with you about the palette or whatever the case may be. Today I'm going to just do part of the look, and then I'm going to come back and do the rest of the look on camera talking to you, because I wanted to apply, of course, the highlighter and these shadows here while I'm talking to you and give you an immediate feedback. Okay, and then after that we're still going to talk about my review of this. So anyway, I hope you do enjoy, and without further ado, let's just go right into it. Okay, sweeties, this is how far we've come, and now the rest I actually want to do with you together, because why not? Okay, so we're going back to this here, and I think I want to use these two here under my lower lash line. So that's what the plan is, and I don't think it really makes a big difference what I'm using where, because these two shades are like not that different. So I think I'm just going to start with this one here, which is Got to Be Real. picking it up on the brush. I have wet the brush with my setting spray, and I'm just going to put it here. Now this whole look is of course really sparkly, but anyway, so that is what I want to do. And also I want to of course apply the highlighters on camera talking to you and not sped up like I usually do. So that is my reasoning behind this. Okay, so this is how this one looks. Okay, now we're going into Last Dance. This one picks up nicely on the brush, which is nice. I'm gonna say something about that also in just a second. Okay, of course they are a little bit more, like they're a little bit crumbly, I would say. I think that is, though, that this is the texture of the shadows. This is, I guess, it is supposed to be expected. Maybe you can also see it that they're like a little bit like flaky. Maybe I should say flaky. There are like a little bit of flaky parts in it. Okay, I don't know if one can see the difference in the shades really. The inner part is a little bit more like cool with a white undertone, it seems, and this part, this one here, has a bit of a yellow shift to it. So let's just put that on the other side too. And then I think I want to just back it up with something from the Antilles Palette that I used also for my look here. Just to like make it a little bit more, I don't know, special, stand out a little bit more. Let's just drag this up like this. Something like that, I think. Alright, so I think I'm just going to get a bit of like a pencil brush or something, and then I'm going to go back to the Antilles palette, which I anyway wanted to do because I want to also use one of those shades as a blush today. So I think I'm going to go into this dark purple here, which is the shade Curacao, so I don't know. I think that's a drink, but I wouldn't know. Like I have no knowledge about stuff like this. And I'm just going to put the purple here, just right under my waterline. So it sort of goes together with the blue that I have put on my waterline. Something like this. I think this is really pretty, honestly. And then I want to show you the shade that I want to use as blush. And I think there are actually a lot of shades in this palette that you could use as blush or even as highlighter, depending on, of course, what your skin tone is. But ooh, I think this is cute. I think this is really cute. Okay, so the two shades that are really calling me to use as a blush is this one, but I think this one could also be like a highlighter for me. But this one I definitely want to use, and this is of course like is it a shimmer or is it a satin? I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so let's just brush this off a tiny little bit, and I just want to go in like super light-handed because of course I don't know yet how these shadows are reacting as blushes. Oh, this is magical. This is beautiful. This is El Floridita. Oh, language abilities. Yeah, okay. I think this is super pretty. This is super pretty. If you do have this palette, I highly encourage you to use those shadows, not just for eyeshadow, because seriously, sweeties, I would use this one today as a highlighter, but of course I want to use the highlighters of the Studio 54 collection, so I'm not going to do that. But this is a seriously beautiful shade for a blush. Just have to blend it out a little bit more, but this is gorgeous. Of course it's shimmery, but I love that. I love shimmery blushes. So this Nomad Cosmetics you could come out with as a blush. That would be awesome. This is beautiful. Awesome. Okay. So now I have two highlighters, okay? So what are we gonna do? I think I'm going to use one in the inner corner, and that is going to be, which one is that gonna be? Probably this one, though I kind of really, you know what? No, let's do it the other way around. Let's use this one in the inner corner, which is the pink. Let me just find the right brush, this one. And I have used both of them already as highlighters in other looks. So I know already how those work. this the eyeshadow palette basically was the only thing that I hadn't tried yet. So let's just put that pink here. I think I should wet my brush. When I use them as highlighters here, I do not have to, of course, wet my brush. They work fine with a highlighter brush. But here on this small, in this small spot, it's a little bit tricky, like with a dry brush. Okay, I think now you can see it that it picks up, and it's actually super, super pretty. I'm going to zoom in the end, of course, also, so you can see it better. And then the peachy one, the peachy highlighter, I'm going to use on my cheekbone. Initially, I thought that I would use this highlighter here for a blush topper or something, but it was just like it would get too sparkly, you know, like everywhere sparkles is just not my thing. Like even like this, it's already it's already borderline for me. Okay, now we're gonna go in with this one, which is Sweeties. I think I bought this whole collection basically for this. This is what I wanted. Really, because there is nothing like it, you know? So let's just put this on. I hope you can see. This is beautiful. This is my most favorite product in the whole collection. This is absolutely stunning. I love it. Of course, you see also that you can build it up, you know? It's sometimes, you know, it starts maybe a little bit slow, but I think you can absolutely see that this is absolutely beautifully buildable. So it is actually really, really nice, you know, because not everybody likes to have a super striking highlight and then you just go in with one swipe and you have like a hint of it. But me personally, I like it to be like in your face. And that's why I'm just going to like build it up a little bit more. And also because of course I want to show you how it works, because these highlighters are absolutely beautiful. Actually, both of them. I really, really like both of them. But this is color-wise, this is just my favorite. Absolutely. Okay. All right, let me just put on some mascara on my lower lash line, and then I'm going to come back and we'll chat about this whole collection. Okay, I realized that there is not going to be a super obvious difference now that I put on the mascara on my lower lashes. But anyway, this is how it looks now, and I'm gonna zoom you in so you can have a closer look. Maybe also at the highlighter. So beautiful. All right, sweeties, let's zoom you out, and now let's talk a little bit about this whole collection. Okay, so this whole collection is of course this palette here with those 4 sparkly shadows, and then of course those 2 highlighters. Let's maybe talk about the highlighters first. I already basically said that I love them and that they are the most beautiful thing for me personally in this collection. I love the packaging. It is super sparkly, it's super pretty, and everything has a mirror in it. And I also appreciate that there is really not a lot of sparkles coming off, because a lot of times when you have packaging like this, it comes off easily and then you have it everywhere. So I do not have this experience with this one. I think it feels like really good quality, you know? I really, really like it. Then of course on the back you have the description of what you're having, and that is also really, really nice. So here it says Studio 54 Disco Nights, so you know that this is the highlighter. And then here you have the Hot Shot highlighter, it says here, and then of course this bundle. Okay, so the highlighters I absolutely love. They perform super, super well. Highly recommended. Now before we go to the little palette, I just want to say a word about the Antilles palette, because I really, really wanted to use it, because I think this is really one of the most beautiful palettes, according to my taste of course, that Nomad Cosmetics has come out with. But I do believe that it has been discontinued, so I'm sorry that you cannot get this anymore, but maybe some of you do have it, so I hope so, because this is a beautiful palette. It performs so, so well. I really, really loved it. It is the first time that I used this today, but it was also not really my first time, because I know the Nomad Cosmetics formula, and the Nomad Cosmetics formula is one of my most favorite formulas. That's it, you know, period. That is really one of my most favorite formulas, and they're doing a wonderful job. Also, color story wise, this is absolutely beautiful. The only thing, and that is just an issue with, I think, this whole Jet Setter series, is that there are a lot of satins in the palettes, and that is just, for me, satins are neither here nor there. You know, I don't understand satins. I don't need them, really. I'd always treat them as mattes, but obviously they show up as satins, but I kind of really, I don't want to use them as shimmers, but like I have to use them somehow. So satins really make me feel uncomfortable. I don't know why they exist. I do not know, really. Please tell me. I don't know. I want mattes and I want shimmers, you know. That is how basic I am. I'm really, really basic when it comes to that. So I wish there wouldn't be any satins in the palette, but that is in general. I wish they would not exist. That is me, okay? But that's just my makeup preference. But besides that, I think it is a super, super stunning palette. And if you have that, then please use it, because it's so, so good. Super good quality. And also, like, use it as your face products, you know? There is a lot in there that you can do with this palette. Okay, just saying, because I wanted to still feature it, even though it is not available anymore, as far as I can tell. Okay, so then let's go to this one. This one was a little bit tricky, I have to say. First of all, color story wise, I think it is really, really pretty. I do believe it could have maybe gained a little bit if one of those shades would have been like a little bit more different, you know, maybe this one to lean a little bit more purple or something else, you know, because I do believe, and maybe you also saw it when I applied it under my lower lash line, that they come across pretty similar. And I think if you're already just having a quad, I would like it if there would be something that is a little bit like more different, you know, that there is a bigger difference between those two shades. Nevertheless, I think they're really, really pretty. Everything here is really, really pretty. Performance-wise, I think you just have to know how to use them. Okay, it says on the website, because I just needed to check beforehand, because I've seen mixed reviews on this, okay? So I checked beforehand what it says on the website, and it says, please use it for the best results. Use it on a glitter glue, use it with a wet brush, or with your finger. And I did it all. I put it on glitter glue today. I also used a wet brush, and I also topped it off with my finger. I do believe it worked well. It worked nicely. This one though gave me a little bit of a trouble. It was very, very hard to pick up, even though I really, really like the shade itself. Is really pretty. I would say that this one is probably my most favorite, because it is this beautiful yellow, of course, what you see, but it sort of has this pinkish shift, which is super, super pretty. And I think this one also as a highlighter, if you are my skin tone, it could be super, super pretty. I haven't tried that yet, but I might. So this is what it is. Of course, you know that I am not super much into quads, but first of all, I want to support Nomad Cosmetics, because there are amazing people behind this brand. Sweeties, that is so important. It is so important for a brand that the people behind it are just, they're like two souls walking on legs, you know, and that is amazing. And I love that. I love the support and also the recognition that they give to creators, small creators, you know, that they are always in the comment section. They're always there. They're always giving feedback. Also privately, I have already messaged with them, and they were always super, super forthcoming, super nice. So this is a brand where I actually think, you know, this is, I'm just supporting this brand. Okay, I have no gain from this. You know, it is really just what I feel about this brand. Plus, the products in general are super, super good. Everything I've tried so far are super good. With this one, I have mixed feelings about it. It's maybe not 100% my piece of cake, but that is also just because, you know, I'm Leorah and I'm not all about like sparkling everywhere. I love my mattes. What can I do? That's just what it is. But still, I mean, this is a beautiful collection, and I think it's super, super sweet and smart for them to come out with this, because according to the topic, that it's basically like a disco night theme, it absolutely makes sense, you know, and you do not have to use it as a standalone thing. You can always use it in addition to something else. So that is, you know, that's just what makes sense, and this is how we should use our makeup. So I do believe that the look came out actually really, really nice. Of course, the whole overall space that I used for for this palette, now I'm holding this up for the 5th time, was not that big, because of course what is left of my eye after I have done my crease and up, there is not that much space left. But I'm glad that I got all the colors in, and that I got to try it all. Will I use this super much for my eye? Probably not. I will most probably continue using these two, this one as a highlighter and this one maybe as a blush topper, or also as a highlighter when I'm maybe using a darker leaning blush or something. I can totally see that, because they perform super well. But the blues are just not 100% my piece of cake. They're nice, but and also in addition to this little purple streak that I still put on, I think it looks really nice. I'm not saying it doesn't look nice, it's just that I think versatility wise, to use it in something else in your makeup than just on your eye. Of course the other shadows are a little bit more, you know, give you more. So that is it. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope you had fun here, and I certainly did. I'm always happy when a look turns out well, and really also with this palette, it is just a pleasure to work with this. Seriously, I'm just, yeah. So I have one more palette, I think, from the Jet Setter bundle that I have to work with. That is the Marrakesh Medina palette. That's the one that's still coming at some point. And yeah, so I'm super excited about that, because seriously, the pigmentation and the blendability of those shadows, and it's just super pretty, you know. So yeah, so that is that. I hope you did enjoy. Leave me of course your feedback in the comment section down below, and if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. As always, all my looks are at some point coming up on my social media, so please feel free to follow me there. I have an Instagram page that is just for makeup looks, then I have another one that is for styling. You will find everything in the description box, plus everything else I've used in my makeup will also be in the description box down below. Alright sweeties, so I will see you here next time for my next video, which is going to be super soon, and up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.